So for today's fly, we have another real simple one, but probably one of the most effective flies out there, and it is the egg pattern. And in all my years working in fly shops and guiding and fishing, the one fly that I've had more people ask me to show them how to tie is an egg pattern, because tying a good looking egg is difficult. You can tie them kind of messy and they'll still catch fish. But to tie one that looks good and one that you can sell takes a little practice. So simple materials. We're going to use the Tiemco 2488. It's a dry fly nymph hook, 2X short curved shank. Really good for tying smaller eggs. I'm going to use a 6/0 white thread. Sometimes I use a red thread if I want the inside to have a little bit of color to it, but right now I just want it to be plain, so we're going to use a white thread. And I'm going to use some glow bug yarn, UV plus, one of my favorite colors, Oregon cheese. I also like Peachy King, Golden Nugget, Cream Delight. All of those are good egg colors. So I'm going to cut. So this particular piece was a nice thick piece. I'll sometimes use two, but most of the time one piece is enough. About a 2-inch chunk of Oregon cheese. And then for a little hot spot, I have a little piece of red egg yarn. I've basically taken a full piece of red yarn and just pulled a little bit off. So I'm gonna put my 2488 in the hook. Last thing that you'll need for this is some super glue. I use just regular super glue. You can use Zap-A-Gap, nothing fancy. So I'm just gonna put the thread on the hook, not going all the way down the bend. I just want it kind of towards the middle and the eye of the hook. I'm gonna cut. I went back to where the point is with the white thread, 6/0. I'm gonna come back to the middle of that, and then I'm gonna take my 2 pieces of egg yarn. I'm gonna lay the red piece right on top of the yellow, and I'm gonna take and pinch right in the middle of that and come in and wrap in the same spot, making sure to hold that yarn on top of the hook 3 to 4 times, maybe 5, progressively getting tighter each time without breaking the thread. So that's it. I've got it lashed in. Now I'm going to bring both of those pieces together, pinch it with my hand, fold it back, build a little dam in front, fold it forward, build a little dam behind. This is the harder part because I'm actually having to flip my bobbin from one hand to the next without losing it. You can see I kind of let it slip there. I want to get it back up right behind that yarn. And then I'm going to actually post it like you would a parachute fly. I'm going to go around the base just a couple turns. What that does is it keeps those materials really locked in. And that's it. Whip finish. And then the magic happens. So let me put in a 4-turn whip finish. I'll hit it one more time, 2, 3, 3-turn whip finish. Clip. Okay, so I'm gonna take a bodkin. I've already put a little bit of super glue in this tray. I put a little super glue in there, and I'm just using, this is Loctite super glue. So I'm gonna take this, turn it upside down, and apply the super glue all over the thread wraps. Being careful not to get it on the yarn. Just get it right on all of that thread wraps, and you want quite a bit. You want it kind of juicy. So I also switch scissors. I normally tie with these little tiny Dr. Slicks, but now I'm going to take some regular scissors. I think it works best that way because I'm going to really yank on this. I'm going to pull this tight, and I'm going to come in. So I'm triangulating my fingers and trying to get all sides of that yarn up and even. I'm going to come in, and you can either do a little half circle or you can just cut it straight. And that's it. And it's so important in this fly to make one cut and to not come back and do all sorts of crazy stuff afterwards. So that's what it looks like. Now you can see the bottom is wide open. It looks like a mushroom right now. But I'm going to take my fingers and I'm going to start working those fibers down and around the hook. And that super glue that I applied is going to catch just enough of them to turn it into a nice circle or sphere. and make it look really egg-like. But when you're out fishing it, it's not going to be so dense underneath that hook where the hook gap is that fish aren't going to get hooked. I've seen people tie with yarn on the bottom of it and yarn on the top, and my problem with that is that it gets so dense under there that I think you miss a lot of fish. I'm just kind of cleaning up the bottom, trying to keep it consistent. So there it is, nice simple little egg with a hot spot. Caught fish all over on this thing. Great fly. Have fun, keep fishing.